Anthropic just dropped a free tool that builds your AI agent for you. Then it hosts this in the cloud. So it's still running even with your laptop off. I gave it one sentence. 10 minutes later, it deployed itself, then broke and fixed itself without me. If you are opening Claude Code every morning to manage your agents by hand, that ends today. In this, we will cover about using launch your agent skill from Anthropic, connect with managed agents, and a real use case with the agent. I'm Bhaskaran. I build with AI tools like this every single day, and this is Bhaskaran Builds. Let's get started. This is the GitHub repo that's been launched by Anthropic, which is the skill launch your agent. Anthropic launched this recently to just simplify how a normal person can build an agent. The reason why it's more than an API call, agents are really good, it's because agents with the right tools, right skills, and proper memory can do a lot of things, right? So, and launching your agent with this skill, we are just making the launching much easier. So what you can do is just copy the link and let's go back to the Claude desktop. And in the Claude desktop, you have the normal chat, and let's open the Claude code and just paste there. Once you paste the link and you just say that install this skill, so it will install the skill. And this skill will help us to build the agent from the Claude code. So it's fetching the code from the skill from the GitHub, and it will run it out. So this repo has two skills, and it will ask us the permission, and I'm going to give the permission to download the skill. There is this option called always allow, but whenever you're doing it first time, go with always allow once. Once you make sure that you're confident enough to allow it always. So don't do it at first, always go with allow once. So it says it cloned successfully. So now let's allow this. Yeah, so it says done. Both skills from Anthropic launch your agent or installed to your personal skill directory. So it's stored in my local, in my laptop for now, the skills. Yeah, so I think this is good. So, but of course we need to have an Anthropic API key to do it. But what we can do is I just say that let's build an agent using this skill. But first, what it does, it will understand, and then it's going to provide some ideas. Let's see. So what it does, it's providing some ideas, right? So a Claude Managed Agent can do a lot of things. A few to spark ideas. So it's it can we can create a data analyst or recurring digest, which is more like we can schedule something to bring some information and then to do it at a particular time. But there is also like document producing analyst or OPS responder. So those things are good. It will help us to spark ideas. So we run this YouTube channel Bhaskaran Builds, and also the Instagram channel Bhaskaran Builds. I would like to get some ideas related to that. So I can just create another session to understand okay, give me some ideas related to that. I can do that. But what I did was I just used another agent, which is Hermes Desktop. So I got some ideas related to what I can build. So it gave me a lot of ideas. So one idea that it was really good for us, for me, that we will go ahead. It's more like every week there will be so much on tech. We want to get that information about what's going on in Reddit and in different places, and bring that latest thing, right? So and that's the cron that we want to run to create an agent regarding that. So let's go back. Yeah, so it gave me an idea about a research, right? So I want to build a YouTube research agent for my Bhaskaran Builds, and every Monday it should research new AI builder tools, Claude Code, Agents, Supabase, Replete. So what it does, it just go through our website a bit and also the channel, and it's create that prompt. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the prompt, and I'm going to paste it here. But I'm going to say that every Monday, maybe I'll put it as every day. So this is the prompt that I want to give. Let's ask it to build it, and I hope it will understand this is the prompt that we're going to do it. So this is exactly how you want to do it, right? You can say what you want and what's the plan, and also what you want to search, right? So you can ask it to search the Reddit or like the YouTube or in many places, maybe the Google and everywhere, right? So to get more insights about your channel and what's the output that you're looking for. For me, what I did was it should output, and exactly I said 5 video ideas and why each idea matters right now, because I don't want an old idea, right? So, and then the title hooks that I can use it to create more videos as well, and the LinkedIn post or sources. And so those are the output. You can exactly say that how it should run and what it should do and what's the output. So if you have a clear idea about this, of course we'll have a proper agent, and then we can iterate on how we can improve that. So what it does is it says this is a great fit, okay, and it's essentially a recurring research digest. And, so with that in mind, what makes tomorrow's report one you would actually build a video from versus generic filler you would skip? Yes. Yeah, I just want to say that okay, so what we want is like in the fresh report, not much on the repetition, and I don't want the repetitions. So it's better to be fresh tools every day, and also the newses as well. So yeah, so if this is good, let's go and start build the agent. If you have more questions, keep me posted on this. Yeah. Okay, so now there is a pop-up. What time should the daily report be ready? Each morning, 7 a.m. It's good, and the time zone as well. I want the daily report to be like last 7 days. It's recommended. Okay, it got the information and it's going to start building it. Okay, so it's creating the plan, and typically whatever things that we need in an agent to run it properly. So it's creating that flow, and let's go through that. Okay, so it's asking me whether the plan is right, but I want to read it first for sure. So this is the plan, right? So Bhaskaran builds daily research agent, and what it does is it's going to do a YouTube research agent for my Bhaskaran builds channel, and it's going to do all the research on the AI topics, the Claude Code and different tools, and it's going to output me 5 video ideas with why it's good, right? On this we have the agent, and what kind of model that it's going to use, and the name of this Bhaskaran builds research, yeah, and also the system prompt about what it is about, and the environment it's going to use. It's not going to run it in the local, so it's going to use the cloud, and also in the cloud it will do all the web research whenever it has to do the web research. So memory store, which is where it makes the agent more smart, right? So we want new ideas, not the old ideas. So it has to be put it in the memory whenever we have a list of ideas, 4 or 5 ideas, and it will be in the memory. So whenever it's going to bring new ideas, so it will check whatever we have it in the memory, so it won't add those tools or new old ideas into the new ones. So that's what it makes it more smart. And the tools as well, it will go and do the web research, because we need to do the analysis on the web. Deliverable is how it should look like, because it's going to be a markdown file with the date into it, and the deployment is 7 a.m. in the morning, the Kolkata IST time. So that's about the full details about the agent and how it's going to do it. So I think this is good for me, and what I'm going to do is just going to say it's okay. Let's go and build it. Looks right, build it. So in this, of course, we will need the API key, the Anthropic API key to do that, because we are deploying the agent in the cloud and we need it to run it. Okay, perfect. So what it does is it just created an agent overview page. It's the planned, not launched, and you can see that how this is going to work. Everything about the agent, right? So in a HTML file, the deployment and the environment where it's going to be hosted in the cloud, and also about the job that's going to do, the tools that it's going to use, and also the memory, what it's going to store, all the outcome deliverables, and also you can see the evals. Anyone who doesn't know evals, it's about having this restriction on how the output should look like. So that's what it's more about eval. You just setting the condition about what's the input and what's the output should look like. So evals are really good, and also you can see the next direction. It also proposes us what we can do it in the next steps. So it's a great overview document, agent overview. Let me go back to the Claude Code. Yeah, it's creating all those documents: agent.json file, environment file, outcome file, first prompt, and all those deployment readme. So it's all creating that file in the local, and once we say let's deploy, and then once we attach the API key, then it will be deployed in the cloud.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it created an agent, not in the cloud but locally. So with all the flights that is needed, with agent overview.html build sheet and agent.json file, and all those files that is needed to build a proper agent, right? Once this is created, and it just shows the agent overview.html file, but it's not properly formatted, and it sometimes it's not working properly, but you just close it. But this is good. So what's it says the next steps, it's typically on create a key at the platform.cloud.com, and because the API key is needed to run it in the cloud. So what we have to do is we open the cloud, the platform.cloud.com. Once you go there, you have an option to create an API key. So what you can do is you can just go and create your API key, and let's say my secret key, I can just put it as research agent. Once I copy this, So now I have to open the file because I don't want to put my API key in the Claude Code, right? So probably what the best way is like, go and open the file. This is the place that it's stored. Let's check it. It's stored in Bhaskaran 1073 and my agent. So I'm going there and I'm going to the .env file. Yes. So I'm just going to paste this there and I'm going to close it. Okay, so now we have updated it. So I'm going to just tell that keys are updated in the environmental file. Please check and launch it.
5 minutes later.
It's all stayed in the local. But since once I have given the API key, it just push that agent to the cloud, right? So I'm going to go to the managed agents. So managed agents is the place where we will have all the agents. We can create manually from here as well, but the problem is, it's not super sophisticated, and you need to you need to understand a lot of things. So the better way is, like I said, get the skill, launch your agent skill, and then put it in Claude Code and do all those process, and you customize it to whatever you want, and then launch that skill. So once you go to the agent, right, you can see that this is the agent that we just created. So Bhaskaran builds research agent. Once I click that, you can see that agent, right? So the agent is using the model 4.8, and this is the system prompt that we just gave. But it just also created this system prompt according to what we want in our output. So it created the output. Whenever it's going to run, it will create a session, right? So that is one. And also the deployment. So far we haven't deployed, but it's running it, right? So that is one. And then there is this new tab called observability. It's a good way, right? Because we don't know how much of a token that agent is consuming. A good way to understand, the input tokens and the output tokens, and also the error rate. Whenever, an agent got stuck somewhere, or, it got failed. So we need to understand this. So observability is a great way to understand, how your agents are running. And the deployments, agents, those are good. So you can also see the sessions here, and also the deployments, environments. The walls are typically whenever you're going to use any tool, and for which there is a credential that you want to store safely in the cloud. Memory stores, we have one. This is our memory store, and which is like, whenever it creates any ideas, that it will store it here, so that it won't bring that same idea tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Yeah, perfect. And we are going to just go through it. So it's running. Yeah, so that's how you create an agent. We created an agent using a skill, and then a much easier way, and also it's stored in the local, and now it's deployed to the cloud, and it will run every day. And if you set it up right now, it's not deployed, so you just want to check it out whether the output and everything is good. And the one more thing that I want to mention here is, don't use the latest model, and use it whenever it's needed for that particular task. And you see that the output you need is at the highest level of quality. The problem with that is, if you use the Opus 4.8, it's just expensive, right? So last time I ran it, and it consumed me like $5. So I thought, let's go with, for my task, I'm okay with Sonnet 5, and it cost me like 70% lower cost. So it's like $1, $2 a max. So that's why you have to iterate and see wherever you could improve your output, and also see in terms of the models in every places. So wherever you could improve it, right? So you can improve it by just talking to the Claude Code. You don't have to go to the platform at all. So yeah, that's mostly it. The agent ran, and right now it's not deployed. You can just ask you to deploy if you want, and once you said, it will be deployed there. So yeah, that's mostly it. If this helped, hit subscribe, as you don't miss the next build. Alright, eat, sleep, build, repeat. Catch you in the next one. Peace.